What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Punk Rock Radar. Today, Bobby and I are going to talk to you about our 5 favorite Blink-182 songs in no particular order. And we're doing this on the release day of Blink-182's brand new album, One More Time. So, Bobby, before we get started, I wanted to see if you had a special memory about Blink-182, an anecdote, first time you heard them, any of those jogging any memories over there.
No. I'm just kidding. I mean, I have like a lot of early Blink memories. I think the kind of 2 things that stick out. I remember my girlfriend in 6th grade giving me Enema of the State for my birthday. I think we were at like an ice skating rink.
Oh.
I had heard them before that. And I think I had asked for the album, or this is around the time that the craze for Blink started. The other memory is listening to Mark, Tom, and Travis show, like at my friend's house, that he had like the CD and it was hidden because like his parents wouldn't let him have it. And I remember listening to, the family reunion, and that's like, and being like, oh my God, we're, thinking we were cool. And we were. I'm
sure you were. So Bobby, my memory, and you know me, I get everything mixed up. So I feel like I'm merging like 3 or 4 memories here, but this was right around the time at the first Blink reunion. So like 08, 09, give or take. And our little friend band group, we went to a couple shows. I feel like there was Jones Beach, and I feel like there was maybe Asbury Park or somewhere in the Jersey Shore.
We did Madison Square Garden too.
Madison Square Garden, wherever.
When we missed the train.
So the Jersey date, and I feel like we either went a day early or a day late. We went to the beach and we were playing like a pickup football game. And I am usually super vigilant about my sunblock, and I didn't wear any sunblock that day. And to this day, like that sunburn I got on the Jersey Shore, it's still fresh in my mind how bad it was. I remember like I had got this stuff called Dermablast, which I guess, to put it nicely out there, is a lady product. And I used to spray it on my back and just stand in front of the fan. It was like the only thing that could like relieve it. So Bobby, our background today is red in honor of my back circa 2009. But with that said, let's get into it. I always get complaints about the long intros, so I did it a little extra long for everybody today. So
I love it.
Without further ado, Bobby, what is your first favorite Blink-182 song going to be?
So again, in no particular order, right? So this isn't like my the favorite, but Stockholm Syndrome is going to be first on my list here. I guess I'm going to spoil a little bit about my list here and say this is the only song I put on my list from the Untitled album, which if any of you watched us doing our tier list, you would probably expect more. I love this song. I love this album. I love the trading vocals. It's one of my favorites. I love when Mark and Tom do that. I do have another song on my list that has trading vocals from a very different album, and I'll leave it at that. I love the lyrics on this song too.
I was when you sent me your list, I fully expect you to have at least 2 untitled. So it was just 1. And Bobby,
5 is hard, man.
No offense, man. This is probably my least favorite song. And I just like,
I take offense to that, but whatever.
I hate Tom's vocals in like that part where he's kind of like yelling. It just,
I love his vocals there.
Oh my God. It annoys. But keeping with what you said, I'm going with another dueling vocal song here. Okay. I'm going Man Overboard, which Excellent. I think is my favorite Blink-182 song. And just to kind of shed some light on this, so and when Enema of the State had come out, I would say Blink was like a top 3 band for me. And this is like that first song we got after Enema of the State. Right. For those of you guys who don't know, this was the lone new track on the live album, Mark, Tom, and Travis show. And I was just itching for more Blink, man. And like you said, they do the dueling vocals so well. And like up to this point, like you think of Enema of the State, there's hardly any, at least that I'm thinking of, that have the dueling vocals. So like I kind of thought it was weird that this was a leftover song from there. They didn't finish it in time, and then boom, this just has the dueling vocals.
Is that why it wasn't on Enema? It didn't get finished?
Yeah, apparently like this, they had like the skeleton of the song during Enema of the State, and even the label liked it, but they didn't have lyrics or anything done in time, so it was just a holdover.
Wow.
So that's why
it's so good.
It's so good, man. This would have been like, because Adam's song was a third single, which I mean at the time, you know, the emo was kind of like on the rise, so I kind of see why they wanted like a slower, more emotional song. But damn, this one is so good, and it didn't get a lot of radio play either, even though it had like a video.
I remember the music video, like loving the music video for this.
Yeah, it had like the parody
like
of
the 98 Degrees parody, and like they're like looking at the. Yeah,
this was the one. Good. This was a parody of like their own videos. So like,
right.
Yeah, it was awesome. But yeah, that's gonna be my first pick, and it's actually my first favorite song. The rest of mine are in no particular order. But Bobby, what do you got number 2?
This is a song I cite all the time as being an incredibly underrated Blink song. This is one of my favorite Blink songs for sure, and it's Online Songs from Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. I love this song so much, and an anecdote about this song is mostly an anecdote about me being an idiot in that it took me a long time to get the cadence of the chorus down to sing along. I would always mess it up at first, but this song's great. I love the part after the chorus where Mark yells "shit" in the background, and it's so good. This is like a perfect, quick, like pop punk Blink song.
Yeah, this was a contender for my list too, man. I really like this song.
I thought you were about to be like, yeah, this is my least favorite Blink song of all time.
I feel like, I don't know, like for me, Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, like I always really liked it, but it never, well, like even when I first got it, I didn't think it was as good as Enema of the State. But like now, I think I listen to this one most. So
I think I listened to this album the most too. When we did the tier list, and this was in my S tier, everybody was appalled. But I think it's better than Enema of the State. So you heard it here.
If we redid the tier list, I would knock Dude Ranch out of my S for this one. So I'm gonna say I'm coming around. Like,
all right.
And I realized that
20 years later,
when we did the top 5, I'll go right into here because my number 2 is Roller Coaster, which back in the day, Bobby, like when this had come out, this was the pirating heyday. So I remember like trying to download all these songs. I feel like Napster may have been dead by now, so it would have been like LimeWire or Morpheus. Kazaa. Yeah, Kazaa. And I just remember like this album in particular, like MCA did like such a job like fake naming all these songs. So this was like one of the only ones I got like before the album was released. So like it was like special to me. Like I think what was the first single? Was it First Date or was
Anthem Part 2? I think was the first song they released.
There were so many singles from there.
But it was. I feel like it wasn't a real single, but I feel like that's the song I heard first. I don't even know. But First Date or Rock Show.
I think Rock Show actually was first.
Right.
I feel like because Anthem Part 2 was just like a live video, right? It wasn't like a true music video.
Yeah. But I feel like I remember that being the first song I heard from this album somehow.
Maybe Napster or Morpheus, like me. But
perhaps.
Yeah, dude, this for me, like the chorus in this song is like one of those rare choruses where I hear it once and it's not that day. Like it is stuck in my head for like a week. I'll be like trying to sleep in bed and I'll just have like that chorus will just hit me and I have to sing it. I have to get it out. Just like an all-time Blink song for me, Roller Coaster, one that they rarely ever, I don't think I've ever seen them play this live either for some reason. So
they know that you like it.
They know, man. But yeah, that's my number 2.
I think just one thing about that song and Take Off Your Pants and Jacket in general is like being in middle school when this album came out, into high school, until, because there was a long time between this and Untitled, and like the lyrics, Blink, I feel like writes really good simple lyrics. They're not like doing anything crazy or poetic, but like if you're a kid that's like, or like a teenager like that's dating and stuff, listening to these songs, you're like, this is about my life. like all of the songs are like, yeah, this happened to me. So I feel like Roller Coaster is a good example of that.
Totally, man. Especially those with crazy girlfriends. But what's your number 3 gonna be?
Number 3, we're bringing it all the way back to Enema of the State, Wendy Clear. This is a song, as much as I love this song, I had to go back to Enema of the State and be like, is it Wendy Clear or Mutt? Because I always got them confused by the name because they were like right next to each other.
Same.
This is just a great song. It's a great Mark song. The drums are sick. I mean, everything about it's sick. I don't have like a specific story or anything attached to it. It's just, to me, one of the like real standout tracks. And the last 3 tracks on Enema of the State, just, they fucking rip.
They do.
It's Mutt, Wendy Clear, Anthem, Let's Go. Like a perfect finish to that album.
So, Bobby, I told you when you sent me your list, I was like, God damn, this guy stole like 3 of mine. But I wasn't going to let you steal Wendy Clear from me. I kept it on my list. And same thing what you said with those last 3. So, Enema of the State, man, I wore out that CD. It is possible to wear out CDs because I had to get a second one. And part of like for those of you who are younger, we used to call the songs on the back half, they're called deep cuts or like back half tracks. So what happened with me, like, it's hard for me to get through an entire CD, especially when I think I was 14 or 15 when this had come out.
Yeah, you get bored easily when you're listening to an album.
I do. So I heard like the first 6 or 7 songs, up to like Adam's song. And then you're kind of like wavering a little bit, Party song. So it took me a while to appreciate the last 3 tracks on the album. And then once I did, I was like, Wendy Clear is probably the best song on Enema of the State, and it was never a single, and I feel like it would have been a great one. Again, I'm gonna hate on Adam's song a little bit. Good song, but as a single, I always felt like it was an odd choice, especially given the first 2. So
you're crazy.
I don't see Adam's song on your list either, man. So
I actually, it was one single that got there was like 2 singles that got consideration, and that was one of them.
Damn. All right. Well.
It's a sad thing I regret. We're doing what I can't get. I wish you didn't have to be.
What is your number 2 or number 4, I guess?
Next is, I'm going back even further to Dude Ranch. This was probably the most shocking song on the list when you saw my list. Pathetic. Another dueling Mark and Tom song. I love the song so much. I think this might be, aside from Damn It, like the first song that I like fell in love with from this album. And I mean, it's the first song on the album, so I guess that makes sense. But I think it's such a perfect opener. I think it actually has, deep is maybe too strong of a word, but like some more like thought-provoking feels even worse. Kind of deeper lyrics than old Blink songs often did. Like it's kind of sad, and it's kind of like, I don't know, like makes you think, or it makes you think when you're in middle school or whenever I heard it. I don't know.
I mean, it's no Dick Lips, man. Let's be honest.
Oh, I love that song.
So this was a major surprise for me to see on your list because I feel like you had Dude Ranch in your B tier. Am I remembering incorrectly? And
how many did we get for each tier? Because I know I went Self-Titled and Take Off Your Pants and Jacket in S.
Mm-hmm.
If I had 2 in A, I feel like I probably put Dude Ranch in A. But it might have been B.
I should have rechecked, but
Oh wait, but we were doing their side projects and stuff too. I might have put a side project above Dude Ranch.
It was side projects.
down, this is where I belong.
So I don't have a Dude Ranch song on my list. And
That was shocking to me.
I just like, because we planned this out maybe 3 weeks ago. I feel like it's been like a while we were talking about it. So I was sitting down with Dude Ranch and I was like, I still really like this album. And at first I had Josie, I had Dick Lips, and I had a last minute swap to Bobby's favorite album. I'm going Here's
Hell
Your
yeah.
Letter. I just like, this was a song like the album as a whole, I didn't really vibe with it when it came out. So this was 2003. It was my,
And this is at the end of the album.
it is at
Second
the
to
end
last
of the
track.
album. So yeah, Bobby, I didn't hear this song probably like a few months after I got the record, because I told you before, like I didn't love the album because like 2003 I was like still super into like NoFX and Guttermouth and even like the Drive Through stuff, like, you know, lighthearted stuff. So
Right.
I wasn't ready to take that leap into the darker, more emotional side of punk. So I kind of just like tossed it off to the side for a while. But like this one's always stuck with me. It's one of those Blink songs that like when it came on shuffle, I would never skip it. And for me, that's like the first sign of like a good track.
Right.
And this is gonna go off the rails a little bit here, Bobby. But like what made me really come back to this song is Knuckle Puck covered this. And
I remember that.
I thought they killed that cover. So like I started going back and I listened to it. I was like, well, I mean, they didn't really have to do much because it's such a good song. So I've been listening to Untitled a lot lately. I don't know why, but like this is the one. This is my pick from that
Now
album.
you finally understand.
And am I wrong, or like does this one in particular sound like most like something
Like old, like just like a
Yeah,
yeah. It's more of like a pop. It's like a slightly darker like pop punk song,
Yeah.
right? Like it's.
it wouldn't be out of place on Take Off Your Pants and Jacket.
Right.
Like the like story of a
I
lonely
think the
guy.
tone, the guitar tones would sound a little different, but
Yeah.
otherwise, yeah. It's This is another song that I remember listening to this song in high school, and I remember I was talking to this girl, and we never hung out, and we would like talk, and then we would like get into an argument and not talk. And I remember like sending her this song or the lyrics to this song, and was like, "This is what we are like." And you know what? That never went anywhere.
Yeah, well, man, Bobby, you've got like a little sad anecdote for all these. I love it.
That's right.
But,
I do.
Fuck, I can't let this kill me. Let go.
Before you get to your last pick here, is there any ones other than Adam's song, honorable mentions that just barely
I
missed
wrote
the
these
list?
down because I
Okay.
wanted to make sure I have a little note card. Okay. A big one, like very close to being on my list, is Every Time I Look for You.
Yeah, great one.
Incredible song, maybe the best Blink bridge. Not Now, I know was one you thought I would put on here.
For sure,
And
I thought Not Now would be here.
if Not Now was on the Untitled album proper, like it probably would have picked that over Stockholm. I kind of wanted to make sure I represented the Untitled album, but Not Now is one of my like favorite Blink songs. I also had Here's Your Letter on my honorable mentions. Asthenia is on my honorable mentions. Story of a Lonely Guy. I love that song. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to like that one. And then maybe two surprising ones. Peggy Sue, but the Mark, Tom, and Travis Show live version,
Yeah,
which is way
it's
better than the
fantastic.
Cheshire Cat version.
Yeah.
The Cheshire Cat version just sounds like shit. And then also having Travis's drumming on the live version is awesome. And then Even If She Falls from Neighborhoods. I love that song. I think that on Neighborhood sounds the most like an old Blink song, kind of like you're saying about Here's Your Letter.
I'll have to check that one out. Like, I mean, you know, I didn't spend a ton of time with Neighborhood, so
There's some catchy songs on Neighborhoods.
I'll check it out. All right, so Bobby, what is your last pick going to be?
Wait, are you going to give your honorable
All right,
or you're going to do it after I say?
I'll do mine real quick. So I asked you, I was like, is it lame? So going back, because I feel like maybe newer people wouldn't know this, but like when Mark, Tom, and Travis show came out, there were 3 versions, one for each guy, a green version, a red version, and a yellow version, and each version had 2 bonus songs. And the one that I bought had the song called "Don't Tell Me It's Over," and
Tell me that.
I don't know how that song didn't make the album. Like that was a contender for
Time to Break Up is also really awesome.
Time to Break Up. Yeah. Again, how did those not make the album? I guess they just wanted to sell 3 copies. It's because, if you're putting like these dumpy songs on, people aren't going to rebuy it.
Right.
That was my probably number 6. I did have Anthem, not Anthem Part 2 on my list as a contender. And
Anthem's great.
I had Josie. Josie's the one that just missed it from Here's Your Letter. But you were mentioning Peggy Sue from Mark, Tom, and Travis show. That's a great pick, man. That would be in mine too. I'm gonna steal it.
It's a
as
deep
honorable
cut.
mention. That's a great pick.
You just reminded me of something, but now I already forget what it was. So I guess I'll just move on. Oh man, what was it? It was probably really interesting and cool. Oh, what went wrong? Here's a hot take. What went wrong? Better acoustic Blink song than One More Time. You probably don't care about either of those songs, so.
No.
But I like One More Time. I like the acoustic song, but
I didn't.
what went
like
wrong?
So I probably,
as I like to
agree
say,
with
it
you.
slaps, but in a sad way.
All right, final pick, Bobby. What is it?
Anthem Part 2. I mean, it really excites me that I like when bands do stuff like this. Like there's Anthem Part 2 to open the next, like you close the last album with Anthem, you open the next one with Anthem Part 2, and I think it rips just as hard as Anthem. Maybe I obviously I like it a little more even than Anthem. And this is one of the songs that like I'll just throw, if I'm going to just throw on a Blink song, this is very commonly the song I decide to listen to. I love this song. I'm also, I love that there's now an Anthem Part 3 in the world, which, maybe we'll talk more about when we do our thoughts on the new album.
We really need to see this through.
So, Bobby, I love Anthem Part 2 also, so I absolutely no problem there. I am very concerned about Anthem Part 3. I will say it. That
you think it's going to ruin the legacy of...
I feel like, and I don't know if this is the time or the place for this, I feel like Blink is trying to like put us in an oasis of nostalgia, but it's that old Blink sound is not there. That's the way I feel like we're being, like Tom is back, Anthem Part 3. Like it's almost like
right.
they're wishing it upon us. But it's not, I'm not hearing it. I told you that
it's
song,
working on some of us.
I see it. I see it working. And like that song that they put out, I was like, dude, this is Good Charlotte, Count the Days. It is that song. I don't know if you listened to it after I told you, but
oh no, I didn't.
They're not back. They are turning into 2010's Good Charlotte. So I am not falling for it. I mean, I would I would love to eat my words if I'm wrong.
This is going to be a great like track by track thoughts when we do this.
Yeah, I can't wait. So guys, we're gonna do a track by track reaction to the new Blink album at some point. This is release day, but we are recording this on Tuesday.
Right.
A little peek behind the curtain. So none of us have heard it yet, other than those 5 songs. But
right. Most of them I like.
Most of them I am, whatever is a notch below lukewarm, that's where I'm at for them.
Okay.
Cold, I guess. But my last pick, okay, this is like, it's kind of a weird pick for me. I wouldn't say...
You changed this from when you showed me your list, right? This
did.
wasn't on your list.
I did change it, and I felt like I had to put this here. Because, like, is this now in 2023 one of my favorite Blink songs, which is the title of this video? Probably not. But I have to, just because when this came out, like it changed my whole musical trajectory. Like, of course, there was 1994 and I got into Dookie, but there was like 95, 96. I was a big Bush 311 fan. Then like 98, 99, I was a big Limp Bizkit, Korn, all that stuff. I would say like in 1999 when this came out, I think it was like June 99, and then What's My Age Again was like a few months earlier, so maybe like April. I was like 50-50 punk kid, 50-50 new metal kid. And it was the What's My Age Again video, the song that like flipped me. Like I started to, I mean, yeah, Limp Bizkit is corny, but I started to be like, I want to listen to this now. I want to dig more into punk. I was reading those liner notes and I found a lot of bands I listen to nowadays. Like I think Frenzel was thanked. I think Less Than Jake was thanked on there. Like I found like this album was my gateway into a lot of the stuff that I still listen to 24 years later. So I am giving credit where credit is due. I still think it's a banger. That chorus is awesome. The video is iconic. So I'm going What's My Age Again, track number 5 off Enema of the State as my theoretical number 1 Blink-182 song.
And that's about the time she walked away from me. Nobody likes you when you're 23.
So, Bobby, any thought, like, would you consider that a hot take?
You know, I think that was like a beautiful tribute to how this song and this band got you into so much of what you ended up listening to. And I think it's a terrible pick.
Oh,
I almost every single time skip this song that it comes on. Like when I hear it on the radio, people are like, oh, it's Blink. I'm just like, I just don't care about this song. I can't even remember how I felt about it back when it first came out, which I'm sure I obviously didn't hate it because I got really into the band around this time, but I was like, I've heard this song I've too much. And I feel the same way about I can't even think of the name. What's the other single from this album? What's
All the Small Things.
Yes, yeah. I don't feel that way about Adam's song. Oh, I Miss You is another honorable mention, another single I really like. But I don't know. They just got overplayed for me. That's all it is. Because this was back at a time when I still would listen to the radio.
Yeah.
And like, so I heard this song so much. But I think everything you said is true. I was kind of just messing with you.
Yeah.
I do think it's to some people, it's probably a hot take, and there are probably some people that are like, no, I agree. I mean, like more casual Blink fans are probably like, yeah, this is my favorite Blink song.
Like you're right though. Like this was like Blink was kind of like on that border where where we are. There's WRV and K104, right? They would both play it.
Playing on both.
So like it was one of those rare crossovers. So it was like literally everywhere. Like guys, just a little. Bobby worked at the grocery store and I worked at the drugstore. I'm pretty sure they played it at both spots too.
Oh,
so it was just like. Yep. It was everywhere, and I didn't want to pick it, but
I get why you did. I understand it. I think it's crazy that neither of us picked Damn It or put it on our honorable mentions. The pitchforks are going to come out for us for that.
I didn't even consider. Wow, damn. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I didn't even make a connection there. It's probably my honorable mention. For me, it's just like that is the one. I have heard it so many times. Carousel for me is so overrated. It's the most overrated Blink song. I think it's like really a bass line and that's it, and a mediocre song. But yeah,
that's a hot take.
For me, like before, like even Enema, I don't know how much of this is going to be relatable, but like when I started playing guitar, taking lessons when I think I was 13, so that was before Enema, and one of the very first songs that my guitar teacher taught me was Damn It. I mean, Blink was there, they were around, like they were still a major label, Damn It was on the radio, but like I wasn't like stoked to learn it. Like I wasn't a huge fan of it. Like it didn't hit me the way that What's My Age Again did, for whatever reason. Like it's probably a better song, right, overall. It's got the riff. Like
I would rather listen to Damn It than What's My Age Again.
Yeah, but for whatever reason, like What's My Age Again just had that impact for me that damn it.
It's definitely, it had a bigger impact on like the world or like pop culture for
I think
sure.
it's the video, man. I think it's got to be that video.
It is, yeah. I mean, the videos are great.
Yeah.
Their old videos are all pretty awesome.
All right. But yeah, Bobby, any closing thoughts? Like, we're at half an hour. I told you 15 minutes was the goal we got.
Have fun editing. My final thoughts are that Blink-182 is back.
They got you, man.
I this is the most excited I've been for a new Blink album in quite a while.
Yeah, and next time I see you, you're gonna be wearing a $45 Blink T-shirt, and
I did pre-order the album. I get a shirt with it. So
there.
I'll wear it. I'll wear it for our video.
Oh my god! All right. Well, I've been saying it. I would love to eat my words. I would love to be wrong. I mean, the world is a better place when Blink-182 is a good band, you know. And unfortunately, it's been about 20 years since that's been true. So
I have one final thought before you sign off.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when you, me, and Greg walked into a tattoo shop to
Yes.
get 182 tattoos, and they were like, you need an appointment? We could have had 182 tattoos on our forearms to this day.
I do. That was the same weekend. I was telling we were there, and that was the reunion tour.
I do not remember that Jersey Shore story
Dude,
at all.
it was. We saw them at like PNC. I think it was the.
Okay, I remember. Yes.
And either, I'm telling you, man, we were. All of us went, and it was. I think it was the day after. We got like this crap motel. I'm 100% sure you were there. I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure it was.
Probably happened.
It did happen. I mean, maybe not. I'm like 89% sure, not 100%, but whatever. So we'll sign off here.
I love that you're like, this video is too long, and then I took you on another tangent.
It literally, yeah, it happens. But yeah, guys. So that is gonna do it. Let us know what you think of our picks here. As always, join the Discord if you have a suggestion for a video. You could do it there. I hang out there every Friday morning when I'm doing my new music Friday picks. And guys, Bobby has his own podcast too. If you are into the show Justified, or if you're a Timothy Oliphant fan in general.
Yes.
So Bobby, let's keep going, man. Why don't you just say a few words about your podcast real quick?
Listen, my podcast, it's me, my friends Zach and Otis. We talk about the show Justified. New episodes every Tuesday. Spotify, Apple, wherever. It's called Next One's Coming Faster. I guarantee we will get less than 1.5 new listeners from this advertisement.
I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, go check out Bobby's podcast. There will be a link below. Go check out the Discord. Like, subscribe. Was one other thing.
Rate and review. Oh wait, that's a podcast.
Rate and review. Sure, you can rate it. But yeah, that's gonna do it. As always, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all next time.